All right, today we're going to kind of cover the cognitive basis of our tennis unit. Being as it's a rainy day, can't do a whole lot outside, we're going to kind of get the mental aspect of it down. So this next week when we play games, this will be kind of what we have. We're going to incorporate a little bit of English in today's lesson. We're going to do some kind of terminology. This will be on your test later at the end of the unit. And then you guys all did your geography homework, finding 5 different tennis players. Only one can be from the United States, telling what country they're from and what continent they're from. So we'll get a little bit of a couple different subjects in today. But first, we've played a few lead-up games on the tennis courts. You guys have all seen the varsity courts. You all have sheets just like I do, telling the dimensions as well as the different labels for each one. Okay. First off, the long way in the tennis court length is 78 feet. Okay, that's going to be on your test. All right. The court width for the doubles is 36 feet. Okay, that's the sideways from the double sideline to the double sideline, just like in pickleball or badminton. And the singles court is 27 feet. So there's 9 feet of extra space, 4.5 on each side for the doubles. Okay, the lines on the outside is called the double sideline. The next line in, as you can see in your sheet, is called the singles sideline. In between there is labeled the doubles alley. Okay, that's the space where if you're playing doubles, it's in. If you're playing singles, it's out. All right, the back line where you'd serve from. Okay, we practiced from this line, or we worked back to get to this line last class. It's called the baseline. All right, the little notch right in the middle is called the center mark. All right. Between the baseline and the service line, which is the part that makes the tee on the court, is called no man's land. Don't really know why, just called no man's land. All right, the sideline is, like you said, the part that makes the tee. All right, on you guys' sheets of paper, looking at the court, even with the service line and the nets, or the net post line, the top is called the ad court, left service box, and the bottom one is called the deuce court, left service box. So those are going to be on your test here in 2 weeks. Okay. Now that we've kind of covered some of the terminology, we're going to go over scoring. This is on the bottom half of your sheet. All right. The score, if it's 0-0, the game's just starting. The game is love. All right. The scoring goes up in increments of 15 for the first 2, so it'd be 15, 30, and then it's going to go to 40. All right. You do not have to you do not have to score after you serve. You can score if you're the receiving player and you hit it back inside and they don't return the volley. You can score that way, so you don't have to serve to score. I guess the best way to kind of describe that is, if it's on the line, it's in. If it's outside the line, it's out. For us, just use your best judgment. If you think it's in, both players agree, it's not the end of the world. We don't really keep that close of score. All right. Scoring, like I said, you have to win by 2, so pretty self-explanatory. Win by 2. If it is 40-40, that's called deuce. All right. You still have to win by 2. If the server hits it and they win the point, that's called add in. If the receiver wins the point, it's called add out. So if it was 40-40, the server scores the point, we add in. If they scored again, they would win that match. If the receiving player won the next point, it would go back to deuce, 40-40. You have to win by 2. Okay. Don't have to serve to score. That's kind of the gist of the way we play. All serves have to be overhand. They all have to be from behind the baseline. You get 2 chances to serve. So if the first one's a fault, you can get another one. All right. A let is when you serve the ball and it hits the top of the net and bounces in the correct service box. That's called a let, and that's going to be a definition and a term on your test. When that happens, you get another chance you get 2 more chances to serve, being as it just grazed the net and went in the correct box. If you're playing the normal game and it hits the net, that's called a net ball. That's fair game. Okay. All right, for the last kind of part here, before we break up and do some skills inside, I want a couple people to share some of their research findings from wherever you chose to find textbooks. And we have some great resources in the library, internet. That was kind of up to you. That was you guys' homework assignment, kind of as a geography portion. So You have to say the continent, say the country where they're from, and the professional tennis player. Okay? Anybody? Yeah, right here.
Andre Agassi.
Agassi. Andre Agassi.
Agassi.
Okay, what country?
USA. Continent North America.
Okay, that's his one United States one. Now he has to find 4 other foreign players. Andre Agassi, America, number 1.
Bjorn Borg.
Bjorn Borg, yep.
Continent Europe.
No, yep, continent Europe, yep, there you go.
Country Sweden.
Okay.
Novak Djokovic. Continent Europe. Country Serbia.
Okay, that's 3.
Roger Federer.
Federer.
Europe. Continent Europe. And then country Switzerland.
Last one.
Rafael Nadal. Europe. Continent Europe. Country Spain.
Very good. All right. So we've kind of covered some English terms, some vocabulary. That's all stuff that you guys are going to have these sheets for the rest of, until the test. Study and make sure you know all the terminology. You all are going to turn in your geography kind of homework, where all the players are from. All right, I want you guys to grab your rackets and spread out. We're going to practice serving again today.